Good morning, YouTube land. I am Steve with Happy Heart Treasures. You are stuck with me today for this video. Donna's having some issues that I'm going to talk about. She's frustrated. I'm frustrated. But she told me, she says, if you film, don't be too negative. And I'm not going to be too negative. I'm frustrated. I'll tell you about Donna's issues she's having, why she's not going to be joining me today. And what we're going to do today, I'm going to ship. We have 21, 22 things going out from over the weekend. I'm not going to pull them on camera, like I'll go get them and then I'm going to ship. So I'm going to set the camera up. I'm going to be just, you know, just shipping, showing you how I package things. I don't know if there's anything too complicated today, but that's what we're going to do. I just wanted to do something a little different than the standard what sold video. So it's going to be a shipping video with hopes of way more entertaining videos coming up, and I'll tell you about that too. But for now, I need to clean up this mess. I wanted to show you actually before I cleaned it up. So over the weekend we ran up to Omaha in our vehicle that now will make it out of town. That's nice. And we got, my sister saves boxes for me, and it's been a while since I've been there. The heater just shut off, so that's nice too. It's been a while since I've been there. So we get the boxes, and yesterday afternoon we get home and we just chuck them down the stairs. And look at this. So now I have this absolute mess to clean up, but I don't want to clean it up too much, because what I do is, like today, I'm going to use as many of these boxes as I can. And so in case you're wondering, some people would probably be like, why do you do this? It sucks. That's not worth it. But if I were to like do the math, I'm going to guess 30 boxes. Let's just say 30 boxes. Depending upon the size and everything, when I order boxes and buy them, you can be paying anywhere from, 50 cents to $1, and I might be way off. They might be more than that. I don't think they're much less. You're paying 50 cents to $1 per box. So this pile probably saves me 20 bucks. And if I use them before I clean them all up and make them nice and neat and stacked, that's just less. I can save money, and then it's less cleaning I have to do if I get them out the door before I even stack them. So I'm going to make a little pathway through here, and I'm going to just work around them and pull from that as I go. It's just trying to save a few bucks, because man, the shipping supplies, they're expensive. Don't let anybody tell you they're not. That's why we do it this way instead of the other way. But I'm going to clean these things up, and then we're going to set the camera up, and I'm going to just start showing you. I'll show you what sold, tell you how much it sold for, and I'm going to pack and ship them. All right, before I get started with my eBay orders and one Bonanza order, I'm not going to forget that. I'll probably do it first. Had to make a special shipment, and this was for our daughter in Chicago. Happy birthday. She has a birthday in 2 days, so this should be there on Wednesday. You know how weird it is mailing your youngest kid a package and it says Chicago, Illinois? Like, that's crazy, right? So, but her birthday's in 2 days, so if you see this, Jada, happy birthday on Wednesday, and we will see you this weekend. She is coming home this weekend to like celebrate her birthday here with friends, so that's cool. She's got one of her good friends here in Lincoln that's taking the train up there, and then she's going to come back with her Friday after school, and she has this good friend in Chicago that's going to come too. So the three of them will drive back, and then when Jada drives back to Chicago on Monday, because it is President's Day, it's like a holiday, so they don't have school, she'll have her friend from Chicago driving with her, so she doesn't have to drive it alone, and that's awesome. She's going to have a lot of fun, so happy birthday to Jada. Now, we get set up and get going here. Okay, here we go. First thing, this is the Bonanza sale, and this is, I don't know how these work. I don't know nothing about them, but these are Eberhard, Faber, Van Dyke. These are typewriter erasers. They're little wheels, and they have brushes on them. I have no idea how these work or anything about them, but we found this in a pick of a state there where everything was going to go to the dumps. This was like a long time ago, and we went and basically filled the van for $100, and found these in a box somewhere. We just threw all the random things in there, and these sold for $24.99. Well, Bonanza is a little bit different, so it sold for $24.08, and that is going to Illinois right there. Not Chicago, but to Illinois. So I'm going to package these up. And like I said, I'm going to try to use, if I got 23 things going on, I'm going to try to use 23 of these boxes. I don't know if that's going to be possible, but we're going to see. Here's a smaller box. Now, when doing donated boxes, recycled boxes, do have to clear the old labels off. And that's where a Scotty peeler comes in handy. A little plastic thing. It's for scraping stickers and things like that. And I used to do this. I did this probably 2 years with just my fingernails, and I don't have fingernails. I picked them off, which is unfortunate, but it's a bad habit I have. And some come right off real easy, some come off not so easy. And so what I do, if I can't get it all off and I'm not going to cover it with a label, I'll just take a black magic marker and cover them. This one, of course, is being difficult because it's the very first one, but that's okay. We're going to get through this. There actually ain't much on here. A lot of it's torn off with the tape, so that's okay. I'll probably put the label right over the top anyway. So this in here, I don't even know if a section of these bubbles will fit in here for sure. Well, let's just take a look. Put that down in there. Yeah, that'll work just fine. I'm actually going to put one more. And I don't put thank you cards, that won't fit. We're going to put a little other bubble on there. I don't normally put thank you cards in the Bonanzas. Normally I don't think I've put thank yous in the Bonanzas, but I always thought this like said eBay on it, but it doesn't. So actually it doesn't, so I think we're going to put that in there. Put that in there, right on there, like that there. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, you can see. So then we'll tape it up a little bit. Talked about in the past, I use a little much tape. I always put pieces on the ends, try to square it up so it's nice and square. It's just a me thing. Most people, I don't think, do that. So now I'm going to print a label. You print it actually from Bonanza. If you make a Bonanza sale, you don't print it on pirate ship or anything because you'll get charged like a $2 fee. And I learned that the hard way after shipping several things. This was our 25th Bonanza sale. We've been on Bonanza not quite a year, probably 10 months, I would guess. And this, we unlocked a badge. So 25 Bonanza sales right there. All right, Bonanza's done. Ready to go. I'm not going to forget Bonanza. Now, normally, when we film these videos, we pull everything, then we have all this mess on the countertop over here. Well, when I ship and we don't film, I just have all that countertop. That's where I put all my packages. After we film, I have a big mess and I have to stack everything on the stairs. So it's kind of nice when we don't film having that table. All right, I always try to ship in the oldest to newest. So the things that were bought the farthest ago, longest to go, get shipped first, and then the newest things get shipped last. The reason I do that is in case something happens and I get pulled away and I can't finish shipping today, I know that the oldest stuff, people who have been waiting the longest, will have their stuff like marked shipped and we can take those. So the oldest thing, this was sold Friday afternoon, I believe. This is on half off. This is a Saved by the Bell Complete Series DVD set. We had this on half off, so sold for $9.49, and it is headed out to Arizona. Now, DVDs, media, and stuff. I'll tell you something that we learned. I had heard this. Will it fit in here? I don't know if it'll fit in here. Let's look. Ooh, that will fit perfectly. I'll throw a little bit of paper or bubbles just to keep it in there from moving, but that'll go right in there. I used to wrap everything in a plastic bag. I don't do that anymore. It was to protect it from water, but I don't do that anymore for everything, and really it hasn't had any issue whatsoever. So let's put a little bit of bubbles. My little bubbles are sitting on the bench here. I need Donna to help me put them on the rack, and I just haven't done that yet. We don't put thank you cards in here, and the reason we don't, is that gonna fit? Oh yeah, it's gonna fit nice and snug right there. The reason we don't put thank you cards in media ones, I had heard that you can't, because once you put a thank you card in, you're advertising your business, and you can't have any advertisements in media mail. So one time we did, I sent out a media mail, and it was, you know, a DVD or a book or something. And so I thought that was kind of, whatever, that probably ain't real. And one time we sent one out, and I did get a charge back for additional shipping because they switched it to Ground Advantage or whatever they switched it to, so I got charged the extra. And the only thing, there wasn't really an explanation. The only thing that really made sense was because I know I had a thank you in there, so maybe they charged because it didn't qualify as media mail then. So now, if you buy media from us, you will not get a thank you card, unfortunately, from us. Dang it, the tape folded under on itself. Still haven't replaced my 3-inch tape gun that I like to use, but it is what it is. So many things on the to-do list, don't ever get to all of them. So that's done now. I'll slap a label on there, and this is done. Alright, the next item I grabbed is, it's a witch figure Lamax. Let me pop a picture up here and show you what it looks like, because it's wrapped up in all this tissue and stuff, so I'm not going to unwrap it. And it's sold for $12, and it's going to Oregon. So another nice little easy one. This is pretty sweet so far. Right down here we got a little Amazon box right there. Scrape the names off here. Okay, so what's up with Donna? Where's she at? Well, so if you watch and follow along with our videos, you know that it is February 10th, I think. February 10th, so you know that we've been going through, we've had when it rains it pours type issues, and this is not going to be a whining and complaining thing, but I'm just going to tell you what's going on. We've had several car issues. I'm trying to get the sticker off my finger here. Vehicle issues. We bought a new vehicle, new to us vehicle. We had to fix daughter's car. We've had dentists. We've had all kinds of problems, and we're just ready to have a routine and where everything is good. And in the last video, we were probably pretty upbeat and excited because we think we're going to have this quiet time now, get a routine going, have life go smoothly for a while. And that is the plan, absolutely. So, where are we at with our dentist stuff? Well, Donna went last week. So about 3 weeks ago, Donna went and she got a crown replaced. She had a crown that had broken. And so this Amazon tape can be her pain. But we'll get her. She had it grinded down. With this, we're just going to put a little paper around it like this here. Loosely slap that in there. That's going to work just fine. Throw the thank you card in there and that'll be good. So she had it grounded down, had the old one removed, grounded down, and ready for the new one. And then you have to wait 2 weeks. So that was a couple weeks ago. Then last week, so that was 3 weeks ago. Then 2 weeks ago, I went and had the same thing done. So remember I broke that tooth. If you watch this for a while, I broke that tooth. That's still not, it's still, I don't want to go off on, I don't want to go off and be too negative, but that one's still just with most of the tooth missing because the root is dead, and like I'm still have to decide what to do with it. Either just pull it and put a, what do they call it, a post where they put a fake on there, I don't know, whatever they called it, or build it back up, crown it, and then you know, knowing that that will only last maybe a couple years or something. So the problem is, when I went in for that tooth, the nerve is dead on that tooth. So there's no pain or anything. And so she said, the dentist said that my top priority was not even that tooth. There's a crown behind that tooth on my last big tooth, not my wisdom teeth, but my last big tooth. And that crown had a little cavity under it. So she said the first thing we need to do is actually to take that crown off, fill the cavity, and then recrown it. So I went in, they got the old one off, they put the temporary crown on it, and then Thursday this week I'm supposed to go and get my permanent crown. Okay, so that was a couple weeks ago. Then last week Donna had her follow-up appointment, and she had her temporary taken off, she had her permanent put on. And so she got out of there, and that was, I don't know what day, Tuesday, Wednesday last week. She got out of there, and she's like, oh, I feel so much better. It's nice and smooth, nice new crown on there. Everything's great. Life is good. We had just got the van. We're like, okay, that's done. Let's move on. And then by the weekend on Friday, she's like, that tooth hurts. I don't know why that tooth hurts. I'm like, well, you know, whatever. We'll just keep an eye on it. And then she spent all weekend in pretty good pain, because she said it hurts like inside there, inside where the crown went on, and she can't even just touching it. She just touches it. It's up, I don't know where it is exactly, but it hurts. So she's had to go all weekend eating really carefully on the other side, and you know, she's popping pills, popping pain pills, whatever, you know, just trying to get through the weekend. And then she called this morning at 5 after 8, because they open at 8 o'clock. She's like, I have this problem. There goes the furnace. It's going to kick on, and we're just going to let it go, because sometimes I shut it off for videos and then I forget to turn it on, and then all of a sudden it'll be like 65 degrees in our house, and I'm like, why is it so cold? Anyway, so she called us 5 after 8 this morning. They're like, oh, we can get you in at 1:30 today. And she's like, she was thinking about being at the door at 8 a.m. and coming in and saying, fix me, because this hurts a lot. And they said, well, we can get you in at 1:30. And she's like, all right. And then they called back 10 minutes later. Oh, sorry, about 2:30. Will that work? She's like, okay, fine. So she's going this afternoon. It's not 2:30 yet. I don't even know if it's noon yet. But she's going, so she's not really in the mood for filming. And she said, go ahead. I said, well, I'm going to film shipping. And she's like, go for it. Tell everybody that I appreciate them, love them all, but I'm just not doing that today. Totally understand. So then, as she's dealing with this pain all weekend, and she's frustrated because she thinks she's done with that. Yesterday, I'm right at the beginning of the football game. It was the Super Bowl. Right at the beginning, we're eating some pizza, not anything hard and sticky or anything like that. Just eating some pizza, and the top of my temporary crown just like crumbles into 3 pieces, and all of a sudden I got pieces of tooth in my mouth again. And that happened, remember, it was Christmas when my like filling came out, and I'm just like, well, this is nice. So I had to, I don't have pain or anything, but yeah, the top of that temporary crown is gone. It's in 3 pieces. I saved it. I don't know why. I'll throw it away, but yeah, so I don't know. They said if that comes off, you know, give us a call, but I think I'm just gonna wait. It's 3 days until I get the permanent. I don't know if that can cause damage or not, but I'm just gonna try to eat carefully on the other side of my mouth. And like, I'm sick and tired of running to the dentist, and it's expensive, you guys. Like, Donna's really frustrated because, you know, the job that she just had done is, you know, we just paid them like $500 and some for that, you know, on top of all the car problems or everything. And then she comes home and now she had pain all weekend and has to go back and fix it. And I'm like, crap, I hope mine don't hurt after I'm done. like, so that's why she's not here. That's the long story of why she's not here. I'm going to slap a label on this, and we're going to grab the next thing. Next up here in box 34 is a horse, an old Breyer horse. This was on the 50% off. We've had this thing for a long time, and it's over $664 to a repeat buyer. So Nora in California, if you are a viewer of the channel, thank you very much. $664 ain't much money, but look at how much space that takes up in that box, and now it's gone. We don't have to donate it or whatever. So let's get that shipped up. A little bit bigger package here, but not heavy by any means. Found a box on the floor right there that looks like that should be perfect. We'll put a little padding around him, fill it in with probably some paper or some air bubbles, and that should be just fine. So with Donna not being here, we're not going to do the map today. We have a few names to update on the map. We did get another card in the mail, which is awesome, but I don't want to do that without Donna. That's kind of her thing. She just loves it, as you guys know. So we're going to save that for her. If you want to send us mail, want to send us a card to put on our map, then the P.O. box is in the video description. And that would be awesome. And if you ever, we had one video where we had it on camera. If you ever saw Donna's face when she opens that P.O. box and she gets mail, it's totally worth it, because she is one of the funnest people to be around, because she looks at the world through, like, she's very much an adult. She has responsibilities and she has understanding of a lot of things, but she keeps like a youthful innocence about her, where she's still, some people might say she's a little naive. I don't think she's naive. She just likes to appreciate the little things. So when the flowers start blooming, and when the, you know, she will stop and notice and take joy in the little things. She does a good job of like appreciating joy. I'm not so much. I always have blinders on. I miss all the little details, but she is a very happy person and loves seeing the joy in the things around her. So when she gets mail, it's like best thing ever, right? So anyway, we're gonna put some air bubbles in there. Right there, you see that? That's about right. Throw a thank you card in there. I'm gonna scrape this label off. I'm gonna try to make sure to cover it. I'm sure you wouldn't be able to see it, but I don't want anybody trying to get my sister's address. Two of my favorite people in the whole world. So anyway, this is ready. This horse is ready. I'm gonna slap a label on that. We're gonna move to the next thing. So just so you know, I'll be upfront and honest about it. They paid $6 something for this. So this was listed a long time ago, before we would put, you know, anything extra for shipping, before we really realized the whole, you get charged fees on the shipping or anything. So we would just put like the weight and just call it good. So the shipping was more than they paid. I only paid $5.50 shipping, and it costs like $8 something for shipping, and the thing was only $6. So honestly, this probably broke even. We probably didn't make any money on this. I'm sure glad we got to use a recycled box for it, but you know, that's where these old items, we really need to get rid of them, because some of them the shipping isn't listed very well. And you know, do I want to sell things for $6? No, absolutely not. But I don't want to throw that away, and I just, you know, I'd rather move it on. So I'm okay with that, but that kind of stinks. Next up, we have a cookbook. This is the Sheen family cookbook right here from Kearney, Nebraska. And this sold for, I think, $8.98. Yep, $8.98, and is going to Kearney. It's actually going back to Kearney. So the last name is not Sheen, but I like to put these in a book, a regular box, and because these plastic bindings, I don't necessarily trust that they won't get broken if I have it like in a poly bag. Like if this didn't have the plastic binding, I would absolutely put it in a little bubble mailer or something and ship it down the road. But since it has the plastic, I don't want to do that. And here happens to be a flat box right there, and this will still be like under a pound. Probably put 2 pounds on it, so it'll still be fine weight wise. So let me clean this box up a little bit, because one thing worse than screwing up the shipping and having to pay a little more shipping is if something gets broken in shipment, and then you have to refund all of it and the shipping and everything else. So that's why we're going to put it in a box. Put a little bit of these here bubbles around it. It's just going to Kearney. I don't know if I'm going to mail this media or not. If it's light enough, it's not going to be light enough. If it's light enough, Ground Advantage is actually cheaper than media mail, but this is not going to be light enough. So I'm going to mail it media. Oh, cookbook. Can you mail a cookbook media? There's no advertising in it. Teaching you how to cook. It's like an instructional thing. I'm going to say yes. I think you can mail it media. So, because you can't, I don't know, the media mail stuff is not that complicated, but to some people it is. Can't have advertisements, so you're not supposed to do comic books, media mail, or something. I don't know. Magazines or something. I don't know. I think that can be media mail. That's what we're going with. I am drinking the Coke Zero. I've talked about this. I'm just trying to make some kind of changes to maybe help me lose some weight. I have to say that it's been about a week now since I switched, and I'm to a point now where it doesn't like make me cringe when I drank it. I've stuck with it. I'm pretty proud of myself. It's stupid and it's minor. I know that, but my thinking is I would drink 3, 4, or 5 sodas a day, and when you see those pictures like this much sugar, it's like this much sugar in a can of soda. So I thought, well, the least I can do is try to switch to diet or zero. So I switched to this, and at first I was like, this absolutely sucks. I drank one, and then we went out to eat like the next day, and I got a cherry Pepsi, and I'm like, I don't care. I'm not at home. It's okay. And then I decided the only way I'm going to do is if I actually do it. So we've eaten out a couple times over the last week, and now I have either, if they have zero, I drink the zero. Otherwise, I just drink water because I'm trying to actually stick to it and just make that one little change in my life, you know, something like that. So far, it's getting better. Like, it's growing on me a little bit. It's not like I would stick with this right now if it didn't matter. Like, I would go back to the regular, but you know, you do it long enough, it becomes a habit, and then you don't like the others. So that's the goal. All right, next up we have a Harley-Davidson hat. It's brand new with tags right there. And that, on the back of it, has Regina, Saskatchewan, Canada on it. Yeah, brand new. And it's sold for $17.09. It's actually going to Nebraska. Someplace in Nebraska. That's the second one. And it's someplace I never heard of. Minutair, Nebraska. Anyway, that's cool. So that's going out. So thank you to that person. Let's get a box for that. Let's try this one. I don't want to squish it. I'm always very careful about not wanting to squish it. That one does not work. Okay, I don't think I have a perfect box for this. We're going to use one of my boxes because I know this will fit good. And it's a lightweight box. If you go too big on the box, then again, I'm going to be in that situation again where I lose money on the shipping. I don't want to do that. It's not how you make money at this. You don't make money by losing money. Because this is brand new and black, I'm going to put it in a bag just so it doesn't like rub on the box and cause any scuff marks or anything like that. So we're going to put it in there. Yeah, that fits perfectly. Throw a little bit of air pillows in there just to help it stay the same shape. I don't know if I can even see that. Throw a little bit behind it, a little bit on top of it. Throw a thank you card in there, and then that is going to be good. I think that'll be a happy little box going somewhere in Nebraska. Okay, let's get that one out the door. All right, next up we have this bag. This bag was a bad buy. There was a lot of 3 bags that I bought. They looked good at a garage sale, and I looked one up, and it was like really good money. And it was a racquetball. It had like the side thing where you'd hold the racket and stuff. So I picked up 3 of them for $10. Didn't look them over real good, and the one that was a racquetball, the good bag, like it was, the zippers and stuff were rusty. Like it was in, there's a little piece of fuzz. There was little issues with it. I ended up actually throwing it away. This one has a hole in the mesh on the side, so I had it listed for like 10, 12 bucks. Got an offer for $5. I went back, got him to come up to $8, and I just took it. And so, especially an $8 bag, I'm not putting that in a box or anything. I'm going to put it in a poly bag, get it gone. So, bad buy. So, speaking of poly bags, today is Monday, tomorrow's Tuesday. I assume this video will come out Tuesday. 24 by 24 poly bags. This is what I use to Sometimes I put them over a box and put a label on a ship it. Sometimes I use it to put big items, big plushes or big jackets or coats in here and then put in a box or whatever. This size I paid, last bundle I got for 50 of these, I paid $19 I think on eBay, free shipping plus tax. And Menards right now, this week, I don't know what days their ads run from what to what, but Larry, my friend, sent me a picture. They were all their poly bags are on sale, and so I looked up what they had, and they're 24 by 24, the same size. It was only $8.99 for a package of 50, so it's like a little less than half price. So I ordered a couple of those packages because I literally am down to like 3 of these and was thinking about ordering them. Unfortunately, I didn't, because now I got some for much cheaper. Let's see. We're going to just put a piece of tape down. It's not the most beautiful, but it just needs a label. We're going to call it good. So let's just tape it up real good. Dang it, I folded my tape over again. Having issues. You know how it is. You may not know how it is, but if you watched my last shipping video, it's having the camera on is a different world, man. It's different when you know that people are like watching you ship. It takes longer. Question what I'm doing sometimes. Oh, somebody gonna agree with that? Wonder if I'm doing that wrong. But at the same time, that's human nature why I'm questioning it. At the same time, I don't really care. Because the reason why I don't care, I will take constructive criticism all day. But I've been doing this a long time. I'm not the best at it at all. But my stuff generally gets there safely with no issues. That last video I did, I had that huge red platter. And a couple people did offer some criticism, constructive, and say, one person said that's not how you do it, and they're probably right. I have no issue with that, but it did make there safely. Maybe I just got lucky, but it made there safely, so like I wasn't sweating it. I was comfortable and confident that it was going to make it there, but it did make it there. I got positive feedback, and life is good, so that went pretty well. I'll throw one more over here. I don't want to have any issues with this $8 bag. And it sucks. I don't want to sell things, $8 items, especially that take even this long. I want to do it for them little things like we started with, just throw it in a box and go, but it's gone now. Alright, next up we have this vintage Fisher-Price Play School firehouse, fire truck. Obviously this came from the fire buy. Is there a year on this? Made in the USA. There's not a year. But this was on the 50% off sale. I'm not quite sure why I put it on the 50% off sale. I don't know if that was a mistake or not, but whatever. It sold for $14.49, and it's going to Arizona. And I also remembered I didn't put a thank you card in that last one, but it is what it is. Let's find a box for this. Yeah, right there. That is a perfect size box for this little thing. So let me clean the box up. Custom logo balls. Golf balls, that is. And so sometimes these stickers are really, really hard to get off. And so my options are down to, like, I have 2 different options. Number 1, I can just scrap the box, recycle it, and don't worry about it. Or number 2, which is what I'll do, because what the heck, I will scribble black marker over it, and then I'll actually put blank, well, now I'm taking all the tape off and everything. Whatever. I'll put blank shipping labels on here. So I'll show you what I mean. Let's get this fixed back up. This is one I know that somebody watching this video is gonna say, your time is worth more than to do that for one box. And quite honestly, if I was not filming, I probably would chuck it. and just start over and just grab a box and go. My time is worth it. Some people say that that's why you shouldn't recycle boxes. You shouldn't use used boxes. And I know we've had people say that on our channel, because your time, you're using that time listing. I get that. I understand it. But at the same time, I don't know. I just ordered boxes. Like, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I think 6 different sizes of boxes that I buy. And every single time I buy them, it's, you know, anywhere from $30, $40 to $50, $60, you know, depending on how many I buy. I don't buy bulk. You know, we see some people that buy, like, they spend $1,000 or $2,000 on shipping supplies once or twice a year. We don't do that. I just order as I go, but, you know, whatever. It is what it is. To each their own. So we're going to put this little guy in here because we don't want him to get squished. We're probably going to use, let's see, he's vintage, so we are going to put him in a bag. Don't know why. Probably don't need to, but I am. We're going to put him in a bag. Throw a piece of tape over that. And then, don't want them rattling around. I think we're going to just use paper for this one instead of bubbles, because I think I can get one piece of paper, if I can get one piece of paper. So I can have it around the back side of it, and I can crumple it up and get it where the void is on top of the car, fire truck, like that. Keep it nice, and I hope you can see that. I don't know. And then, as long as it's in there far enough, which it is, that's it. Throw a card in there. I'll call it good. Tape that up. I guarantee you, even if this video only gets 100 views, somebody is thinking that's a waste of my time. Like I said, it probably is, but, you know, and the camera wasn't rolling, I probably wouldn't have done it that way, but it is what it is. So then on one side, I just took a piece of a blank one and put it over all the barcodes and everything, and then the other one I'll put the shipping label on. Alright, it's time for the biggest sale of the day. Is that just paper? Maybe you can't see because of that paper, I don't know. I almost missed out on this sale. I almost missed out on this item because I didn't know exactly what I was looking at, and I'll explain it to you. This is the biggest sale of the day. This item sold for $219.99. It was listed a week and a half, and it's been on the film, it's been on the videos for a few times in the last week. So, right here. This die-cast semi-truck tractor trailer, Peterbilt model 367 with bottom dump trailer, $219.99. Let me explain where I got it, how I got it, why I almost missed out. So in the pictures, if you look this up, and these are rare, obviously, if it's worth that much, it's rare. So we went to an estate sale, and we went on 50% off day, and when we were there, I saw this truck, and it was $50 on 50% off day. And so I looked it up, I saw it was rare, but in the pictures on the new ones, if you find the new ones, right up here in this square, right below here, there's something red, and there was nothing red in here. So I'm like, well, it's missing something. And I didn't know, you know, I didn't know what it is. And so I waited, and they were going to have the sale open on Saturday at 25% off, so it'd be $25. So instead of buying it for $50, I said, well, I don't know what it's missing, so I'm not willing to pay that much because I don't know what it's going to be worth if it's missing parts, whatever. And so what we did was, first thing in the morning on the 75% off final day, went down there and got it for $25. It was still there. There's a tear on the side. It is like opened, whatever, but $25. So when I got it home and I opened it up and I was listing it, like I took it out and took pictures and everything, I found out, you can't see it well, but I have it in white tissue paper. There's a wide load sign that you can put on the front of the truck. They hang there. And in those pictures, that's what the red thing is. It's actually wrapped in red tissue paper instead of white. So it wasn't actually missing that piece. it was just missing. I just saw something red missing. So I could have really missed out on this. That would have been a bummer, but I didn't. Got it for $25, sold it for $219.99, and it's going somewhere. Let's see where this is going to truck on down the road to. It is going to truck down to Utah. Utah is getting this truck. So this is a long item. This one is expensive, so we're going to take good care of this. So let's figure out how we're going to ship this. Oh, I think I actually have a box that'll work. Oh, sweet. First thing we're going to do, because this is so expensive with this flap here, we are going to put this in a bag. Probably put it in one of those big poly bags just to protect it. Let's see. I don't think I have any bags that are long enough other than those big poly bags, because these, yeah, that's not long enough once you get the, that's not long enough. Alright, I definitely don't have any bags that are big enough for this except for this, which is overkill. I'm aware of that. Kind of wish I had something better. Drop my bag. But, oh shoot. Quit worrying about filming and do my job. Anyway, everything is fine. No incidents, no damage. We're good. So anyway, we're going to put this in here. We're going to make sure that flap is flat. Make sure it's snug. And we're going to tape it on the end here. There is adhesive on the bag, but it goes all the way down, and I don't want to mess with that. So now we know that the flap is fine. I'm just going to fold these over. I don't want it super tight because it's still just like plastic, clear plastic. So I don't want it to, crumple that. That's another part of saving boxes and using recycled boxes. Yeah, it may not be worth my time, but every now and then you come across something and you just so happen to have the perfect box for it. So sometimes it saves me time, because I'm telling you right now, if that wasn't the case, look at this. It's got little earmuffs for the, does that actually fit in there? Shut the front door. It does not quite. Man, it's close though. Kind of does. Dude, I could cut out a little corner. That could be like cool protection on the ends of that. I think. Maybe I'm wrong. But if it's $200, why not? I want to have it as protected as I can. So, look at that. Anyway, what I was saying was, if I didn't have this box and I only used my purchase boxes, I wouldn't have a box for this. I would have to Frankenbox, which would take more time or whatever. I'm sure my mom's like, you're going to cut yourself. Hopefully I won't. If I do, I'll leave it in so you can see it. Alright, I cut the little corner out, and I think, dude, that's awesome. Because even though it won't be the same right length, I can put paper on the end, and we can have a little snug fest, little snuggy area for this tractor trailer to be safe from bouncing around. I think this is fantastic. Speaking of, oh, I don't want to say it that way. I was going to say, speaking of fantastic, should we talk about the Super Bowl? But I know there are some people that watch these videos that would not like to hear that. See that? Broncos. Is that the right direction? Yeah, Broncos. I am not a hater. I am not a lot of things. Maybe I'm a hater a little bit. Hey, if you're a Chiefs fan, this is what I got to say. You had a great run. It's okay. I'm a Broncos fan. We got beat a few years back in the Super Bowl, 43-8, I think. And when I was young, we held the record for the worst Super Bowl defeat. We got beat by the 49ers when I was in high school. Imagine that, in high school. You know how big of a fan I was? I had all orange. I painted my shoes orange and blue, everything. And then they got beat by the 49ers 55-10. So I'm telling you, I've been there. I personally have been there. And I'm telling you, gotta take your lumps, man. Can't just win every year. That's not how it works. That's not cool. So, you and Travis and Patrick and Taylor Swift, she got booed. Which I don't have no problem with Taylor Swift at all. Like, whatever. She got booed. They showed her and the Philly fans booed her, but that's Philly fans. Philly fans are rough. They're a rough crowd anyway. So, I think, look at that. I love this. That is absolutely beautiful. Yeah, I think we're going to go with it. I don't even think that's a strong enough box. Like, I don't even need to put, like, anything around here, because it would just try squish it anyway. But this box is thick enough that nothing's going to penetrate that middle. Like, I think that's fantastic. Anyway, Kansas City fans, sorry for your loss, especially my dear sister. I know what it feels like. Mike in Kansas City, Jennifer, if you see this, I've been there. I've lived it. It sucks, but it's part of being a sports fan. You can't just win all the time. That's why I wonder what Taylor's thinking, because Taylor, like, walked into this in the middle of all the winning. Hope she knows what it's like to lose. She don't lose much. She's a winner. But congrats to the Eagles. I'm not an Eagles fan either by any means. Really not. All the teams that I wanted to move on, they didn't. You know, not just the Broncos, but the Bills, the Lions. Would have loved to see the Lions go. Would have loved to see the Washington Commanders. That was a fun story. You know, every team, pretty much all throughout the whole playoffs, every team that I cheered for and wanted to win to move on, I think pretty much every single one of them lost. So, for me, I enjoyed the game last night. Got to also understand, the Broncos fan, the Chiefs, have won in the same division. They've won that game, that division, like 8, 9, 10 years in a row. Feels like 100 years. So, you know, that's what you got to expect when you're division rivals. All right, I think we're safe. Brings me to my next question you might have. $220, do you put insurance and signature, delivery signature confirmation on it? So everything is insured up to $100 already. $220, what I will do, extra insurance, I'm guessing, will probably be around $4. I'll probably do that for sure. I'll do that for sure, in case it gets lost. I mean, there's been a lot of packages getting lost in the mail lately. And then the signature for delivery, all depends on my mood. What do you think? Would you? That costs like $6, $7 extra. It's going to Utah. Is there a high crime rate in Utah? People steal packages much? I don't know. I don't want the guy not to. I don't know. Let's see what the shipping does. Maybe I priced it good and there's a little extra in the shipping anyway, and I can do it. No big deal. Let's take a look. Good news. Good news. So extra insurance was $4.20. I have no problem paying that, especially with the packages getting lost lately in the mail. But it's going to a P.O. box. Since it's going to a P.O. box, that's in a post office. I don't need to do signature confirmation because it's not gonna leave their post office. So that's awesome, because I was probably gonna do it. It's I don't know, $220. Would you do it? Would you put signature confirmation or the extra insurance or not? Let me know in the comments below. All right, next up we got something breakable. This is an Avon townhouse canister house lid thing. I don't know. Here's what it looks like. And it's got a lid that's right here. So Nice little thing. Avon Townhouse Canister Collection. Okay. And that sold for $11.39. It's not super big, so that's easy. Let's go into Pennsylvania. So I just wrapped it back up in paper. I'll put the lid upside down so the handle that sticks up goes on there. I'm going to put that in a bag. I'm going to tape it nice and snug. Then it'll be just real easy to bubble wrap and get in a box and ship. If we don't have to worry about the lid, everything will be nice and snug. Put a piece of tape over the bag. I'm just going to go use my 2-inch tape for this. And this is just basically to secure the lid to the base so it doesn't wiggle around, bang around, and that is totally good. Find a box for it. Have me a good box right here. Got all this white paper in here. I'm gonna save this for something else. So I think this will be a good one. We got plenty of room. I'll use the big bubbles on this. A lot of times I tape the end of it to it, just so if the person opening it doesn't just fall out of the bubbles, you know what I mean? This will do. Might be a little much. Let's see. No, that'll be about perfect. Take that down. Drop that in the box. Oh, it's like, oh, you see that? One too many. So let's just take one off. And then it will be perfect. Can't get a hold of it. There we go. I don't even need to tape that now because it's on the side. Now it's perfect. And then I'll put one on each side so it doesn't slide out of there and bang into something. Over there, one over there. Throw a thank you card in there. And that is going to be beautiful. Let's take this sticker off. Some of these do come off awesome. Every now and then you start one and you pull and the whole thing comes up in one piece. That is so nice. Oh, so what do we have coming? Let's move on to something else here. What do we have coming? Donna is very excited. I know I said she's not in the mood today, but our storage unit is literally just about empty. We have personal stuff in there. She's been working through this stuff fast because we've been saying we're going to get through this stuff. And a lot of this stuff we've had for years. So we're tired of having it. We just brought another van load home this morning from storage unit. We have one desk we can't get rid of. We're going to take that to the dumps tomorrow. So our storage unit is about empty. And Donna has plans on getting stuff to fill it up. But I don't want to say anything too much yet. You have to watch the next video. I assume the next video will talk about how we're gonna fill that up. And there's reasons I don't want to say anything about it. I'm excited about it though. And hopefully everything will work out and we'll have a cool video for you. But I can't say nothing just because when this comes out, it's not gonna have happened yet, and I don't want to say anything in case it doesn't happen. So just leave it at that. Okay, the battery died. Not sure exactly where I was in saying, but yeah, they'll just don't want to say nothing too much about what our plans are with the storage unit because it hasn't happened yet. So the next video, definitely we will talk about it. The next item we have was sold once. Came back because it didn't fit. It is a shirt. It's a red Magellan shirt. So we're going to slap that in a poly bag and send it on its way. Nice and easy. A lot of easy stuff today. if I was not filming, I don't know, maybe I'd be done. Possibility. But I do have some plates coming up, heavy plates, which is not fun, but when you're an everything seller and you're not scared of breakables, some people won't do breakables, and that's totally fine. I get it, because I don't enjoy them, but we do it. We go get a shipping label on that. So that shirt sold for $6.64. It was on 50% off too. So what we do, if we get a return because it didn't fit, whether it be shoes, shirts, whatever, we will relist it, resell it again. If it comes back again that it doesn't fit, then we, like, a lot of times we'll just donate it, because it might just be like not a typical fitting size like it's supposed to be or whatever. But that came back once, so we're sending it back out. Next up is a book that I just listed yesterday, maybe the day before. We went and talked to this guy, real nice older gentleman. He took a class on minimalizing and downsizing and letting things go, and your memories, hold on to memories, not things. And they gave him our name, and he contacted us. And he said he had taken some stuff to Goodwill, and he just got so irritated because he boxed it all up nice, safe. And he says he took it in, and they just, like, chucked the boxes on a pile. He's like, it was very evident they're not going to be careful with any of this stuff. So he contacted us, and he said, all I want is for this stuff to go to a good home. I just don't want to throw it away. You know, if it needs to be thrown away, that's fine. But if we can find a new home for this stuff, then you can just have it. So he gave us a bunch of stuff, and there was a bunch of books, and there was a stack. A lot of books, you know, aren't worth anything, and a lot of them weren't worth anything, but there was a stack of old football books. He used to be a coach. He used to be a football coach. Super nice guy. And so started looking the books up, and about half of them we did list on eBay. And this is the cheapest one. It sold for $15. But they're all from the 60s, and this is Winning High School Football is the name of this one. And this is from, let's take a look. But they're all football coaching books. This is from, second printing is April of 1957. So that's like 70, almost 70-year-old book right there. And just for coaching, Winning High School Football book. So anyway, that's really cool. And that's what we really love, is when people are just like, I just, you know, I mean, obviously, yeah, it's great when people give us stuff. But when it's because I just wanted to have a new home, I have no use for it, his kids didn't want it. So, you know, it's awesome when those things sell, and we know that somebody's getting this that really wants it. Like we talked about earlier with the book with the plastic binder I put in a box. Nothing's going to break this. It's going to be just fine. So I'm going to put this in a poly mailer, a bubble mailer, not a regular bag, but I do put it in a bubble mailer. So let me grab one of those. This is my favorite size, and I'm about out of them. I got one left, actually. Do I need to wrap it in plastic? I will. No, do I? I usually do. I usually wrap a book in plastic, so when they take it out, it's still in plastic. I'm going to. Whatever. It's like 2 or 3 cents for this little bag. I'll throw it in there again. This is media mail, so it's not going to get a thank you card. So if you happen to be a viewer, know that we do appreciate it, but you can't get a thank you card because the post office apparently doesn't like that. This will fit the long ways, I think. Yep, so I can slide it down in there good. Take my sticky off. Roll it over. And there you go. Tape that down, tape the ends, make sure that it's nice and safe in there. And that is ready to go. That is, man, you just ship books all day. How quick and painless is that? All right, next up, we got 10 more things. Some of them are really easy and ain't gonna take long. A couple of them are breakable, whatever. But we have 10 more things. And first up, I'm not gonna take this out because again, it's wrapped up all nice and safe. This is a poodle and 2 pups. Lefton Spaghetti Poodle with 2 puppies on the chain. And this sold, Donna went back and forth with somebody and it sold for, ended up going for $19, and it's going to Delaware. So we got these shipped up nice and easy. It's already packaged, doesn't take really anything extra. Here's a nice little box, piece of cake. Get the tape off of here. Okay, I got the stickers off pretty good. So let's go with a couple of the big bubbles. Put it around here. That'll be absolutely simple, easy, perfect. Put piece of tape there. And that's not going anywhere. What I will do is I'll add a piece of tape on the ends just to squish down the plastic. Just to make sure it doesn't like try to come out the sides. See what I'm saying there? I don't need to put any more bubbles, I just need to... That's it. Tape that one up, and it's on to the next one. Now if you think that was easy to ship, look at the next one. Boom! A USA Soccer beanie. 50% off. This came from when we bought our cousin's store out a couple years back, and it sold for $4.99. All we're doing for this, and it is reversible. Check this out. Look at that. You can take the tag off, and it says USA on this side. So all we're doing for this is we are going to put in a plastic bag. I always have clothes in a plastic bag, you know, whether it's in another bag or box or whatever. So we're just going to throw it in this bag. Then we're just going to put it in a little poly bag. Look at this cute little thing. I never have a use for these. They're really small. It's like a 6x9, I think. I have a bunch of those we found in a storage unit. And quite frankly, they're too small for anything. I never find a use for it. But for this, that'll work. Put it in there. Squeeze the air out of it. Tape it down. I'll put another piece of tape over it. That's it. Oh, forgot a thank you card, but that's the way it goes sometimes. $5. Next, box 22 right here. We have hangers. You can't sell hangers on eBay, can you? Absolutely you can if they're Polo Ralph Lauren hangers. Look at that. Set of 3 hangers. I think these were on 50% off. Yes, 20% off, 50% off. They sold for $21.49, and they're going to Pennsylvania. But I mean, look at that. Takes a lot of space in this box. That's the goal of this, is to get the old stock, the stuff gone that we need to be gone. So let me find a box big enough for these. This is another case where if I didn't have these spare boxes, I would be in a bit of a pickle maybe? I don't know, because I'd have to Frankenbox, because this is a weird shape, a weird size. It's bigger than I thought it was. I think this box will work fine right here. I'll put like bubble in between it or something. I got foam paper, that's what I'll do, so they don't like scratch each other up, but I believe this box will work fine. Let me go get some foam paper. I got a bunch of this stuff, and they come in these huge, massive, huge sheets. Not sure where the perforations are. There's one there. Let's try this. So if I put one here, I could actually fold it over. I hope you can see that. Put one here, and I could fold over this way, and I could actually put it in there. Look at that, and just like that, they're all protected. I probably won't even tape that. Let's just see how this looks in the box. That is absolutely beautiful. That's awesome. Stuff a little paper in there so don't slide around. Actually, bubbles sounds good. Do a little bit of bubbles. Look at that. Woo! That's like a win. That's awesome. That's part of saving boxes. That is fantastic. Let's tape that bad boy up. Any barcodes, also any QR codes like this, we need to cover those for the post office. They don't want that showing. They don't want their equipment to pick that up. Is that the only one? And barcode on this side. Sweet. When I saw this box, I knew, like, anytime I see a weird shaped box like this, I know I will find a use for it. Absolutely. I want that to dry before I set it down on the table. Oh, that side don't have one. Alright, we'll just slap a little tape over this end. Thank you everybody for watching. I know there's not a lot of, you know, Lonnie, I've talked about this before, Lonnie at Shed Flips does this, and he does it very well. They are really good at what they do. He's really good at explaining things. He's a really smart guy. But I know there's not a lot of people that do this. And I also know, oh, there's another QR code. I also know why. Because it's not the most riveting thing. And it takes time. Like, it adds so much time to my shipping doing this. That's okay. I kind of like doing it. I kind of have fun with this. It's like this box needs a tape there. Am I to the end of the tape roll? Yep, I'm to the end of the tape roll. Another one bites the dust. Alright, but this is ready to go. Let's get a label on that. Alright, we go from that big old box to this little guy. It's a little Carnival glass. I think it's Carnival glass. Ashtray. This sold for $5.99. Is going to California. It was also on 50% off. So we'll get that going. Here's just a little box. I'll just throw some bubbles around it. Piece of cake. Like, might even be too big of a box. Here's a little smaller box. I'll use this one. Let me get the labels all taken off here. This little piece of paper was in there. I'll just use that. Put it in there. I don't think it would scratch it, and if it does, my bad. Let's take some, thought I had some used bubbles. I do, right here. This little thing was in one of the boxes. Let's just use this. You know what? To not scratch it, a better idea. Paper's kind of rigid. We'll put it in this. And then we'll use the paper to void fill in the box. Look at that. We'll use a leftover scrap piece of bubbles. Use a leftover scrap piece of paper. Oh, I'm going to remember the thank you card this time. Leftover, ready for scrap box. And we're good to go. Forgot I need more tape. Okay, reloaded the tape. Good to go. Oh, need to tighten it up just a little bit. It's weird how you put a new roll of tape on and it'll be different tension, like a little bit different feel to it. Let's get that out. I think I'm getting my white shirt dirty from all the boxes and all that stuff. Next up we have a pair, I think these are World War I binoculars. Let me take them out here. Them old binoculars right there. Kind of cool, huh? These sold for $60. 60. They're kind of heavy. Not hard to ship though. They're going to South Carolina if I put them correctly back in the package. There we go. So it's just pretty standard. Get a box. Put them in some bubble wrap and ship them. Like this box will work just fine. It's a little bit wider than the things. That's what we'll go with. Clean the labels off. See, that's what I'm talking about. Whole label. Boom. Just like that. If I am losing a little energy, I apologize. I'm really hungry. It's like 1:30. But I don't like to stop and eat when I'm working because if I stop and eat, then I just feel like, oh, I just want to sit down for a while. So a lot of times if I'm shipping or listing or whatever we're doing, we're both like that. So just use this bag that was with the bubble wrap. We're both like that, so a lot of times we won't eat lunch till 2 or 3 because we don't want to stop what we're doing and eat. And then it screws up our schedule. We eat dinner really late and, you know, mess everything up. But whatever, it is what it is. Get some more big bubbles. Oh, we're gonna have to make more bubbles soon. I saw somebody on an eBay thrifters page a couple days ago. Somebody's like, "Oh, I got this free score," and it was a box that had a bunch of this eBay tape that says eBay, and it was different colors. I used to have all those different colors at one point, and inevitably, the negative world that we live in, like the first comment on it said, "Oh, that ain't worth nothing. You got useless tape." And I just, you know what? Works just fine. Is it the best tape? Absolutely not. I use all mine in the tape roller here, and I just use it for things like this, just taping the ends of plastic, whatever, and it works just fine. Yeah, it fits right down in there perfectly. There's the thank you card. Tape it up. And for free, I mean, come on. I mean, this, I don't think this was free. Maybe it was. Maybe I used it with my quarterly coupon, which, don't get me started on that. Quarterly coupon, but they keep raising the prices of all the things, and the quarterly coupon don't have much value anymore. It's ridiculous. If you look at the stuff that they sell compared to what other people sell the same things for, it's kind of ridiculous that they don't raise the quarterly coupon amount with the inflation that they raise all the items. Anyway, that I can go off, save that for another day. This has barcodes on it. I don't know if these need to be covered, but I'm going to do it anyway. All around the box, because the last thing I want is the post office to reject a package or have an issue. So we're just going to go ahead and do them. Give them a little Sharpie action. That side's fine. So that is ready to go. One pair of binoculars out the door. We have 5 things left. Here's the next thing. This is a Press Perfect Hold It Precision Stiletto. I don't know what it is. It's a quilting thing, I think. Hold It Precision Stiletto. If you know what that is, then you know what this is. It's right here. Nice and easy. Piece of cake. This thing sold for $6.49. Probably on the 50% off. Yep. It's going to Puerto Rico right there. So that's obviously easy. We just need to find a box long enough, small enough. I could probably go in a poly bag, but I'll do a little bitty box. Look at that. What do you know? Oh, I spoke too soon. Well, diagonally, I think that'll fit. Let's see. Puerto Rico, it's going to be real important to make sure the weight isn't too heavy, because you will get charged some extra for going to Puerto Rico. You know, you don't want to lose money on that shipping. That reminds me of our first, when we learned about free shipping, how free shipping is not for us. I'm just going to put this in here, honestly. It goes diagonally, sits just the right area, just the right length. Throw a card diagonally, that'll kind of hold it. It's just fine. Let's just put it in here, close it up, and ship it. There. Tape that up. Piece of cake. Tried free shipping when we were new. Some people have already heard this story. And sold a Christmas tree stand, a metal Christmas tree stand, you know, a box about like this, maybe a little longer, and we got it from a pallet, returned pallet. We tried those for a little while, and pushed free shipping on it, and it got sent to Puerto Rico, and it was heavy, and we ended up like losing money on it. It ended up costing some ridiculous amount. That was years ago. It cost something like $30 to ship or something. So we don't do free shipping anymore. I just put that tape on there, cover that marker or whatever. That's it. Okay, next up we have a set of canisters. This is one of the oldest things on our store, because I remember just this being like, this is half off. It's this old canister set. There's 3 of them. Is there a decoration? There's no decoration. They're West Bend. Take that out, and there's another one, and inside there's another one. They're in rough shape. We weren't very good at picking. Got these for $1 at a garage sale, and they finally sold 50% off for $9.49. So let's see what this says. This is December 25th, 2021. So that's when this paper was. It was wrapped up shortly thereafter. We don't want the lid to come off, so we're going to put it in a bag. Basically, it's pretty standard. We're going to put it in a bag. I'm going to tape it on tight so the lid don't come off. I'm just going to send it right like it is. They got it 50% off. It's going to Arkansas. Not complaining about the purchase at all. Complaining about this old stuff that we shouldn't have ever picked. But now it's getting gone. Frees up that much space in the box. And it's just going to go in a box. We're going to tape it up. It's going to be on its way. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to talk about mental health. Here's your public service announcement. We're going to talk about mental health because Donna just left. I knew she could hear me talking, so I didn't want to bring this up while she was here in case she told me, like, don't talk about this. But if there's one thing I am a lot, it's an open book. Like, I share way too much stuff, and I'm just going to share a little bit. I want to say just a couple things. I just want to say that if you know, we talk about all these things that have happened with vehicles and with all the crap, the dentist, you know, where she just went. It's been freaking hard. It's been a hard last 3 months. And that, I mean, that, whatever, but especially the last 3 months has been so hard. And I'm actually went to the doctor last week, and when I was in my early 20s, I was on some antidepressant meds, and I haven't been on them and that was what, 30 years ago. And I started some a couple days ago because it's been so hard getting through all this stuff. And yeah, is that violating HIPAA laws if I tell you about my own issues? So I don't think it does. I've been really depressed, been really feeling like hopeless, because every time we're like, okay, let's move on from that, something else happens, like these dentist things, and it's got me beat down really bad, and it's got Donna beat down really bad too, you know. And she's dealing with it in her own ways, and I'm dealing with it in my own ways, together as a team. But what I'm gonna say is, we are believers, and I know not everybody is, and I'm not here to judge either way or tell you either way that you should or shouldn't believe whatever. But if you are a believer, or if you believe in just good vibes, if you believe in whatever, I'm asking you to send some our way. If you would pray for us, if you would pray for me, pray for Donna, pray for our family, just whatever. Just all we're wanting is, if we're supposed to be learning something, we're ready to learn it. We're trying really hard to learn it, trying to change some of the ways, some of the things that we did to be in this position. But, you know, a lot of it's just stuff that just happened. If you're a praying person, if you could just say a prayer for us, we would greatly appreciate it. We do believe in the power of prayer. And if you're not, if you just send some positive thoughts and vibes our way, that'd be cool too, because I believe in that too. I believe, like, I don't want to show the name on this label. I do think you can talk things into existence to some degree. I do think, you know, if you're really a down person and everything's always bad, I know I'm the great poo-pooer Donna talks about, but it's, we were talking to one of the kids a couple days ago, and I have this nickname she gave me, the great poo-pooer, and I've had it for a while, but it's fun. It's a joke. It's our personalities, where she thinks we can do anything, and I logistically say, wait a minute, we need to look at this and decide whether or not this is real. And that's where it stems from, that I always poo-poo her ideas, because she's like, no, we can do this, and I'm like, no, we really can't because of this, and you know, we talk things out, whatever. But it's become a real thing. Like, she's explained to the kids that one of our kids, that I'm not the great poo-pooer now, I'm just literally poo-pooing everything, and I don't want to be like that. I want to be positive, and I want to be fun, and I want to be upbeat. So went to the doctor, and I said, Doc, I need some of them drugs, the good ones. I asked for like Quaaludes and heroin and stuff like that, but the doctor said no. I've never done any of those, but you know, I thought, well, maybe that's get the good stuff. So anyway, no, we joke. My way of dealing with everything is I joke about it. So whether I'm happy or sad, or unless I'm mad, I suppose I don't joke, but like, even when I'm sad, I just like make jokes about it. I think that's a lot of comedians, they say they're broken people or whatever. That's how they know how to deal with stuff. And that's how I deal with stuff. But anyway, if you could just send some positivity our way, I guarantee you we would appreciate it, because we are really tired. We're very, I was gonna say we're sick and tired of this, and we are, but we're really tired. We're emotionally just beat, and we really need just some things. We don't, you know, some things to go our way for a little while. And hey, things could be so much worse. We could have, you know, people go through tragedies every day in their lives, in different aspects of their lives. Family, friends, whatever, you know, people lose their houses in fires, people have hurricanes and get flooded, people lose loved ones in car accidents, people die in cancer. You know, there's all these bad things that can happen. We're not saying that we're worse situation than any of those. I'm just saying we're tired, and we're beat, and we're emotionally freaking spent. But we know how to get out of it, and that is just to keep on plugging, keep on listing, keep on selling. We can't, like, at this point in time, it makes no sense for us to, either one of us or both of us, to quit a job and go get a job somewhere, because we're too into this. It wouldn't help us. It would pull us away from this, and I don't know that we starting over somewhere would make enough money like to make it even worth it. We have to keep going and doing this, and we're doing the best we can, but all these things in our lives are just kicking our booties. Anyway, let's ship this out, and we're almost done. Okay, enough of that. That's all I got on that. So we try to list things like $15 and over, preferably $20 and over. What do we want to ship that's cheap? What do we want to ship? What am I okay with shipping that's $10 or $6 or $8 or whatever? Here you go. Harley Davidson pin right here. It's Harley Davidson of New York City pin right there. I don't know if you can see it, but that sold for $9.89. That I will ship for cheap. I have no problem with that. And all I'm going to do with this is I got me a little poly bag. I'm actually going to take a thank you card. I'm going to put a piece of tape it to the thank you card so it don't wiggle around. There is a pin on the back of the pin sticking out. So what I will do, I'll like take a piece of foam, I'll put it in there. Probably totally unnecessary, but I'll put it in there like that, just to have a little padding on that there thing. So that's it. Throw it in here. Fold it over. Throw a piece of tape on either side so the edges don't get caught in any kind of machines. I've said that before in other videos. Probably unnecessary. Don't care. It's what I do. And then that's gone. Alright, we have two things left. One is easy peasy lemon squeezy. The other one is heavy and breakable and whatever. So we're going to do the easy peasy one first. This is in the 2K unit, the $2,000 storage unit. There was a bunch of kitchen appliances. There was a Ninja blender, brand new, unopened, and actually make more money if we part it out. So I did. I listed just a couple days ago, I think Saturday, listed all the different parts. There's only like 4 or 5 parts, but this is the brand new top of the blender, and this sold for $44.99, and it's going to North Carolina. So this is pretty simple. Just make sure your box is big enough, put some bubble wrap around it, and as long as you got a little bit of protection, it'll be just fine. I have a few different options for boxes. Honestly, this might be the best one. It's like perfect, I think. Yeah, it might be a little snug, but it's pretty perfect. But it is a lawn and garden sprayer, usually used for chemicals. I know there's absolutely nothing wrong with this box. There's no chemicals have been in here. But considering this is a kitchen item, somebody might get that and think, what the heck, are you contaminating my blender thing? So I won't use that for this. However, I think this box right here is going to be absolutely perfect. Good room for bubbles around it. Clean up the labels off it, and that'll be good to go. Okay. I'm going to have to make some big bubbles, which I buried my bubble machine for the last thing. I think I'm going to have to make some big bubbles, but yeah, this will work great. Yeah, I'm out of the big bubbles now. I started the bubble machine to heat it up. So let's talk about the last thing. And then we saw these the other day. We're going to ship these. We had 2 sets of these. We shipped 1 set already. Now we're going to ship the other set. These are Mikasa Garden Club Silk Bouquet. They're dessert plates, so they're not real big, and they sold for, let's see, $15.29, and they're going to North Carolina. So there's 4 of these. So how am I going to ship these? I'm going to do the same thing I did with the hangers. We have paper in between them, but that's not good enough for shipping. So I'm going to get the foam paper. I'm going to put them all in between there, and then we're going to wrap it up nice and tight. Keepers, I'm making a heck of a mess. That's normal though. So I'm going to put one down here, fold it over, put one in there, put one in there, and then one on here. Because I don't have enough to put over the top, I'm going to put this in a bag, because I don't want to put tape on the plate, because sometimes tape will leave a residue, and then if they can't get the residue off, that's frustrating. So let's put it in a bag. We have bigger plates like this too. Those I'm dreading because they're bigger, so they take a much more hard to find box than this. Now let's take our tape. Nope, I tore my plastic. That's okay though. Tape these together nice and tight. So I don't want them to wiggle around. If they don't wiggle at all, then they won't clang against each other and break. So those are nice and safe. So now if I just bubble wrap them good. I'm trying to find a box that's big enough width-wise so there's enough room for bubbles like that. You know, this is kind of overkill. It's kind of long, but I think it's small enough it won't cost any extra. Let me see if I got a little bit better one. Okay, so my bubble machine. So somebody asked what it was. I don't have affiliate links or anything like that. It's a I can't speak. JZ Brain, BRAIN, and it is, I can't tell you the model number or anything right now, but let's see. This says, I don't know, but it's on Amazon. I don't have affiliate links. I should. I know I should, but this is what it is, and I absolutely love it. Hit start. Oh, that's the power button. I don't even know what I'm doing. Start button's right here, and then it just blows air in, fills the bubbles, and then every so often, every whatever that is, 10 inches, 12 inches, there's a perforation. And I just fill this tote up down here, and that's where I pull my bubbles from. The machine was like $200, $199.99 I believe on Amazon. And then this particular roll right here, I can't tell you off the top of my head how many feet it is, but it's like 70 bucks or so for that roll. So it does last quite a ways. I do use a lot of it, but I don't get returns, so I figure it's worth it. So I'm going to let this make some bubbles. I'm going to fill this bin up, and then we'll get these plates and that pitcher gone, and we'll be done. We're going to go with this first one right here. I could cut it down, could Frankenbox it. Maybe I will. Instead of like trying to Frankenbox it really perfectly, I could actually do it, then just cut it and slide it down. You know what? Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to look at these dimensions. I'm going to weigh this. I'm going to guess my weight. I'm going to put on these dimensions, see how much it will cost to ship, and then I'll take off 5 inches and we'll see if it's any cheaper. So that'll tell us whether or not we should go the extra work. The difference is 13 cents, you guys. 13 cents if I take the time to cut 4 to 5 inches off of there. So no, I'm not going to do that. All it will cost me by using that big box is it's a little bit bigger to take to the post office, and all you have to use more of the air pillows, but it's better than taking the time to cut that perfectly good box down. So that's what we're going to do. So while that's making big bubbles, we're going to put a little bit of little bubbles around this. Always do this. Don't know if it's necessary, but because they're breakable and they're plates, man, I shouldn't be wearing a white shirt. Doing more than I probably need to, but again, I don't get returns, and I don't want this to be returned. I don't want them to break. I want them to be happily transported to their new forever home with no issues whatsoever. Yeah. So we got a nice tote of bubbles now. Normally I'd probably go a little bit more. I'd have it about this high, but I just want to get this done. So, put that down there. Take a bunch of bubbles. We're going to do these plates first. So once there's 2 thick, so right there is 2, it's double protected on these sides right here. So I'm seeing if that will fit against the walls, because I want to have at least 2 layers of protection against the sides. So if that'll fit, look at that. That does fit. So now I can fill in the rest of these sides with just bubbles, fold them over like 3 or so on each side, and it'll be absolutely safe and sound. So let's try 3 first. Just 3 for one side. Fold it over. Stuff it down in there. I think that'll be perfect. And we'll do 3 over here. Fold it, stuff it. Look at that. Woo! Throw a thank you card in there. And that is that. Tape it up, ship it out, and those plates. Whoa, what just happened? I like pulled the tape out of the thing somehow. Man, missed my old tape gun. Alright, fixed my tape issue, I think. Tape it up nice and safe. We're going to ship that out, and then all we got left is that pitcher. There's one little layer of 2-inch tape on the bottom, not real tight. Throw a 3-incher on there. I'm telling you, 3-inch tape, it's the way to go. Alright, here's the box for that pitcher. Here's the pitcher. don't think there's enough room to get, there might be enough room to get a full, all the way around with the big bubbles. The big bubbles cost me less than the small bubbles because I have the machine. So I try to use the big bubbles as much as I can, but sometimes they don't make the most sense. Yeah, it'll fit in there just nice, and then I'm going to just, like on the last one, I'm going to put it on the sides, and then I'm going to fill the top up, make it so it doesn't shake around, and that will be absolutely just fine. Safe and sound, headed to its new home. That's probably one too many for the top. That'll be perfect. I think 2 on the sides. There's 2 squares there. 2 squares there. There's double thick. That's it. That is it. It's perfect. Put the thank you card in there. Push that down. It is not moving. It's perfect. And my battery is red. It's going to die anytime now. I'm going to finish this. I'm going to go have me some leftover pizza from the Super Bowl last night. Had some trouble taping this end apparently. And then when Dawn gets back from the dentist, I'll take all this to the post office. No UPS or FedEx this week. Today. I guess we do this 3 times a week. I'll scribble that 72 out. And then we'll be on to other things. I'll be listing. Just got to keep on listing. Start making this video. Make this video. This should come out on Tuesday, tomorrow. So that's it. Nothing super hard to ship today, but hopefully you got some kind of, you learned something, or maybe got some entertainment out of it, or something. But next time, next video, what we have planned will be fun. If it don't work out, we'll tell you, but we'll see. But for now, this is all we got. It's Monday. Happy Heart Treasures. I'm Steve, and we'll do the map and all that next time. So thank you all for watching. I really, really do appreciate it. And yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat. See you next time.